everyone, it's Shel from Paper Rock TO Studio, and we have some more index cards. This is days 51, 52, and 53. And starting out with day 51, I decided to use some more of the papers that my friend Kimberly from Florida sent me in Happy Mail. This one is purpley and it has a shiny foil something on it. It's a painted paper, as you can see from the background. I liked that shiny foil thing, and it just so happened that the prompt for this day was purple. And yeah, I haven't been using very many of the prompts from daisyellow.com, but you know, I can't skip the prompt purple, so I wanted to use that purple piece. And then there was also some other pieces that had purple and turquoise on them that matched, that appeared to be paper towel, kitchen roll, whatever you want to call it. And so I decided to throw a piece or two of that on as well, just to add more texture and variety. They're bumpy, so you can actually feel them. And so I glued all those down, and as I looked at it, I said, you know what? This looks like a peacock feather. So I decided to draw a peacock feather. This this card was really quick. Not much fussing at all. I'm just drawing with my Uniposca pen, which is the fine tip, not the extra fine, but the regular fine. And I will put all the materials in the description below with links to where you can find them. I highly recommend Uniposca pens, and I'm thinking maybe they should start paying me for saying this. I think it's a Japanese company though, so they probably don't know I'm saying it, but I'm telling you, they're good pens. So I started out with the black, and then I decided to add a little bit of paint. This is the PBO brand Dyna green blue or blue green. There is both. There is a blue green and a green blue, and I'm not sure which one it is, but I will put it in the description box below with the correct name and link. So I thought that I'd added some of that to the side of the card before I put on the paper, because I knew the paper wasn't as wide as the card and it matched what was already in the paper. So I thought that would work. And then this is some Deco Art Dioxazine Purple in the fluid, the media line. And I threw some of that on there too, trying to kind of blend everything into, you know, all the colors to be together and harmonious, while also making the feather stand out. That's what I was trying to do. So this is just a simple, quick card, and I'm just going to heat this up with my heat tool so that I can use the white pen. Now, I know that you're all panicking. That does not look like a Uniposca pen. It's not. It is a Molotow paint pen, and I have it, and I couldn't find my white in the little canister, so I just grabbed this one. I might as well use it up. I'm not going to buy another one, you know, but it's decent. It's an acrylic paint pen, same type of a concept. I just happen to like the point on the Posca better. So then I just went around the edges with the card with some black ink, the Archival Ranger black ink, and a sponge dauber. And that's pretty much it for this one. It was just simple and easy, but having the papers already done and pretty, and having, you know, there's that shiny stuff on there. I'll have to ask her what it is, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, fun card, little peacock feather. So for day 52, I decided to do some collage. I know you're all shocked. Collage, really? Can you believe it? I know. And I was inspired by this little saying that I saw. It says, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. I really liked that. And I probably am going to make a larger canvas with that same saying. But I decided to do some freeform collage, no drawing or anything. And I started out by putting a jelly print on my card, And these jelly prints are the ones that are left over from when I made the octopus for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So they're all done with Dilutions paints, with the exception of the rust colored paper. That one is just a regular Liquitex. I think it's probably burnt sienna colored Liquitex, but I will look and I will list it in the description below. So I'm just grabbing out some of my colors. These are all done with Dilutions, so they're all bright, 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 which is what I wanted. And I'm starting out with this kind of the turquoise green on the background here with my little strips. I noticed when I was looking at the pineapple that we have downstairs on the counter that hasn't been cut open yet, that everything on a pineapple looks like it's made out of the diamond shaped, except for the top. The top is, you know, spiky things. That's what I'm making right now. But the body of it, it looks like diamonds, like diamond shapes. And that I was just telling someone, they asked me how I learned to draw and if I had any tips about drawing. And my one tip, besides practice, 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 is to look at things, to really focus your mind on what the shapes are that things are made out of. Most things are made out of circles. Some have straight lines. You know, you'll see rectangles and triangles. If you really go around looking at things and making yourself realize what shapes they're made out of, then you'll be able to draw. It's just the idea of understanding shapes. And it's just about focusing your brain. We don't think about it. You know, we've been seeing things since we first opened our eyes, and we don't really think about how things are formed. So that's my tip, and that's what I told her, and I hope it makes sense to everyone. I'll tell you all. I don't think I'm an expert on drawing. I'm absolutely not. I have so far to go to learn how to really draw, but I have been working on it. And I do spend time doing it, and I do focus my mind on looking at shapes. Like I knew I was going to make a pineapple, and so then I have to look at the pineapple and say, you know what? Dang, that thing is made out of diamonds with a few triangles. Like, cool. Didn't know that. Didn't notice that. So all I'm doing here is just making little pieces and putting them on. And I want to start. I'm also considering the light source. I'm seeing that the light source is on the right hand side of the pineapple. So I'm starting on the left hand side with darker colors. So I'm going to, of course, put those darker colors all throughout, but I want the left hand side to have the most rust color. And then I'm going with the next tone, which would be the orange, and then blending over into the yellow, so that it looks as if it's in shadow. And that's just something that you kind of start to grasp after a while. That's another thing you can look at when you're out and about. Look at the shadows. Look at where the light's coming from. There's always a shadow, even if it's super bright. And believe me, we have super bright days. There's always a shadow because something is going to be blocking the light. So that's something to consider in composition. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I've thought about in my own brain and learned. So that rust piece is actually ending up being really great for the under, like what's underneath. And I am leaving some of the bluish turquoise-ish color underneath as well, because that's a good shadow color. A lot of shadows are blue if you look at them, just depending on, you know, what sort of, the light has a spectrum of color. Of course, that's why we have rainbows. And lots of times the shadows will have the bluish or purplish tint. So obviously this isn't realistic. This is a collage, but I'm just cutting little diamonds, little triangles out of the papers and gluing them on. If you're enjoying this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share. I've been having a kind of a fun little game with myself regarding the comments on these iCads, I post 3 at a time, sometimes 2, but almost always 3. There might come up one 4 coming up if I can fit it in, but I don't like I have a personal limit of not letting my videos go over around 20 minutes. So 4 is a little bit tough to fit in unless I make some really simple ones. So every time I post 3, I say to myself, I wonder which one will be favorite. And then I look at the comments and I just giggle about whether I was right or wrong, or whether the one that I thought was the best was the one that everyone thought was the favorite. And people really do leave comments about which one they like best. Almost every person who leaves a comment says, oh, I like the whatever one best. I think it's just human nature to compare things to other things. And so leave a comment and tell me which one of this series you think is best. And I won't tell you which one I like best, because that would be spoiling the little game. That would be giving away my own little personal, I have to get some kind of amusement out of this stuff. So, yeah. Snip, snip, snip with my sharp little scissors. Making some diamonds, gluing them on. That's the lightest color that I use. It's the Dilutions yellow color. I think it's called lemon or something. I'm not sure. But anyway. And it's got orange mixed into it because it's a jelly print. So there's never just one color. But that's what I like about jelly prints. I adore them, in fact. This little tool that I'm using it's got a rubber tip on it. It's for like writing into paint and stuff. I guess maybe it's a silicone tip. But I couldn't find my little picky-uppy one that has the sticky stuff on the end. So I just touched this to the glue and let a little glue get on it, and then used it to pick up, because I was getting tired of them getting stuck to my fingers, because they are tiny. When I make a bigger version of this at some point, they will not be that tiny. It'll be a lot easier to collage. They're also getting stuck to the brush. I was like, grr, stop doing that. Yes, I growl at art. I growl at it all the time. I say grr, 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 grr. Had to add a couple more of the leaves at the top, because I needed to make it look correct. This was fun. I love to collage, so it was fun. And also, right after I did this, I was looking in the Creative Arts Collaboration Facebook group, and Maricha challenged everyone to do a pineapple. I'm like, but I just did a pineapple, so I'll probably have to post that for her. I don't know why. It's just really amazing how people go in cycles. Who would think that another person that I know or that I'm acquainted with or whatever would say to do pineapples when I was doing a pineapple? That's just what happens. It's like you see trends, and I don't know what starts them or how that energy reaches us, but there's definite trends if you watch. And I don't think it's always one person getting an idea from another person. It's just happens in the universe. Some sort of energy collides, and we all get the same idea at the same time. I think that's absolutely true. I would have had no idea that anybody would be thinking about pineapples. Strange. Okay, there's that one, and we're on to day 53. 53, yes. Okay, this background is Lindy's Stamp Gang Magicals in the autumn colors. I can't remember what set, but I will put it in the description below, I promise. I'll look and find it. And what I did, it was when I was experimenting with the different powdered pigments, and I rubbed it onto the paper real hard with my finger, and then I used a rubber stamp, and I misted it and then stamped it on there. And I was doing that with the Magicals and the Ken Oliver Color Burst, and at some point I did it with the Brushos just to see how it worked. And so that's this card is left over from that. So I decided to just do something abstract. I didn't feel like drawing anything. I didn't have an idea of like some image that I wanted to make. I just wanted to do some exclusion and paint out the background. So I just made these pod shapes, and it's a pretty simple card. It's nothing complex. I made the pod shapes. I connected them together. They kind of look like leaves. I don't know, but they're not really. They're just abstract things. And then I've got that white pen again, and I'm just drawing around them. And all I'm going to do on this is doodle. I'm just doodling. That's such a funny word, doodle. Where did that come from? Where could that possibly have come from? Yeah, I'm drawing stuff. I'm doodling. Maybe because you say, doodly doodly doo. I'm doodling doodly doodly doo. I don't know. I'm a little punchy. Yeah, it's the iCads that are getting to me. So how many do I have left? 8? 8 left. Wish me luck. I am going out of town, just to let you guys know, but the iCads will be pre-recorded. Don't tell anyone. I'm doing them in advance so that I can get all the way to the end. So I'm going to a family reunion with my mother. So it's not really a vacation. It's just kind of, well, it's kind of a vacation. I'm going to someplace else besides where I am, so I guess that's considered a vacation. But it's not like I'm going to the beach and drinking Mai Tais. I'm going to go deal with the 150 cousins. So, yeah, I've got my black Posca, and then I've got that weird white pen out. I need to locate my other white pen. Where did it go? It's probably on the floor and under my desk with that Neocolor 2 crayon that's missing. So yeah, I need to look for it. I think I'm just going to play music for the rest of this because I can't really think of things to chatter about chattered out. So I guess that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this video and that you like, subscribe, comment, share. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.